we'll start by commending the political parties in general and the presidential candidate in particular, and by extension, their followers and the generality of Ghanaians for how we have conducted ourselves since this election process began, making it to be less tense, minimal, next to zero violence, and therefore so far where we've gotten to, making it one of the most peaceful election processes in our history as a country. And we commend you. It's about what you have done, which has also made our work easier, and we are proud of you. But the important point is the fact that the job is not done. It is still a work in progress. And in our traditional circles, when there is food to be cooked, you cannot half cook it and start eating it. So we have eaten it in advance in terms of appreciating how far we have conducted ourselves as Ghanaians. Let us make sure that the cooking is complete, and when we are eating it, we'll eat comfortably to the glory of God and also for the benefit of the generation that will come after us. So let us finish hard by doubling our efforts, and let us continue to walk the talk so that at the end of the day, our actions will speak louder than our words. Also, we want to, on behalf of my colleagues at the National Election Security Task Force, to give you this pledge. We are committed to ensure that we take our constitutional mandate of ensuring that there is peace, security, law, and order for the rest of the period of the election, the post-election period, and beyond. So that our beloved country, which is the only one that we can come in and out without a visa, will continue to be at peace with itself, because there is no place like home. And with this commitment, we want to let you know that we will not be, and I want to emphasize, we will not be the source or allow ourselves to be the source of any disturbances that will corrupt the peace that we cherish so much. And we also urge all the stakeholders to also play their part, so that they are also not the source or allow themselves to be the source of anything that disturbs the peace of this country. Because the country, we are holding it in trust for the next generation. As our forebears held it in trust, and their departure, they left it in our hands to keep it in safe, in peace, for it to be handed over to the next generation. We cannot, Your Excellencies, we cannot disappoint, and we cannot disappoint them. With that said, we want to tell you that this pledge that we've made, it is not mere words. It has been very intentional and purposeful. Why do we say so? When we assumed office as a team, we decided to find out what has been the issue. That all the time, whenever election is conducted, there are violence, there are tensions to a level that keeps all of us on tenterhooks. So we decided to do a baseline analysis. And upon that analysis, realized that there are a lot of lessons to be learned. And then going forward, that the lessons will be used to inform our strategies towards providing security during elections. The first lesson that we learned was that we have failed to mainstream election security. And therefore, election security is always seen, Your Excellencies, as an event inside of a process. And by that action alone, how can you get up in the next day and do something and go to sleep and then come back again wanting to do it? We are always starting afresh as if we have not done it before. So we decided to mainstream election security with the establishment of a permanent department for purposes of managing elections in this country. And by this, I mean all elections. even including school and church elections. So that at the end of the day, election security becomes part of policing and part of security in this country. And this is what we have been able to achieve. In addition to that, realize that there was no blueprint for looking at election security holistically and strategically beyond one election. So we decided also to develop a blueprint that will take care of elections for the next 30 years to come. So as we speak, we have a blueprint in place that will deal with our elections for the next 30 years to come and beyond. And by that action alone, we are demonstrating to the whole Ghanaians and the generality of Africa and the world that we, from the security point of view, have decided by our action, by that document, looking forward for elections in the next 30 years, mainstreaming our democratic dispensation so that there is no turning back in this democratic journey. With that done, let me briefly let you know the things we put in place with all this strategic focus into the elections. First, if you want to see the results that are coming out from this baseline analysis, from this mainstreaming of election security, and from this holistic blueprint towards election in the next 30 years, these are the records. On our watch, we have 3 major by-elections. And we did not pass the verdict. You did. And he said that those by-elections, in terms of its peace, security, and orderliness, it was first of its kind in the history of our democratic dispensation. That is the result of making sure that you re-examine your strategies and change course, because you cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results. Again, Your Excellencies, with the same implementation of the blueprint, you've seen that you virtually gave all your internal elections to us. And all the political parties, with no exception, comes to us and say that it is in your hands, police and the other security agencies. We don't even want any of our internal security people to play any role. And the assurance that even we got, which gives us a lot of comfort, and also a registration of confidence in us, is that if anybody comes around and mess up, deal with him or her in accordance with law. And that we delivered. So we've walked the talk with all the by-elections, we've walked the talk with all your internal elections, and you yourselves at various fora give us the pass mark. We appreciate that, but we will not allow that also to eat the better part of us, because we know that it is a job that we need to continue doing in service of the good people of this country. Now coming to the election, the general elections, we have also been walking the talk at every stage of the election process, from EC registration, transfer of votes, exhibition of the register, and all that up to the movement of logistics. We've played the part that we're supposed to play in a manner that has also made us comfortable in terms of looking forward what is ahead. The few other issues that are left is the next 1 week, the rest of your campaign. It is our prayer that you continue to conduct ourselves in the way you have been doing, and we will also continue to provide the security that you need in ensuring that you go about telling people what you want to do when you have the opportunity to lead. In terms of the D-Day, as it was said, the blueprint, the D-Day, out of the blueprint, the D-Day planning that we've done, it spans 5,400 and over pages. A very detailed deployment strategy at the polling stations, at the collation centers, rapid response and post-election activities in terms of the security arrangement for the investiture of the next government. So our assurance is clear. We are ready. We are very committed, but we need your help. We need your help, both in the form of prayer and also in the form of playing your role as an individual, as a political party, and as all the stakeholders involved in this process. So that at the end of the day, everybody will be satisfied with the outcome of the elections, and everybody will accept the process. But we want to also assure you that the elections are having 12 candidates at the presidential level. Only one will win. The rest will have to try another time. 801 parliamentary candidates vying for a position of 276. Only 276 will win. That will not be the end of the world. In effect, those who will win and those who will lose at a point in our lives will come nowhere near those positions again and will fade away. But Ghana will continue to be Ghana for the sake of the rest of our lives and then the children that we so love. So we should remember this. We want to plead with you. We are overcommitted to make sure that at the end of the day, we will be given the pass mark again, this time higher than all what you have achieved with all the examples that we've cited. But we want you also to do your very best at the individual level, at the party level, and at any other stakeholder level, so that your contribution and my contribution put together will make us strong and continue to be the trailblazer for the rest of Africa and beyond. Don't let Ghana fade away. Because when Ghana fade away, we fade away with it. But let us do our best and fade away, because life is a stage, and when we show up at the stage, at a point, we have to give way so that the next generation will follow and Ghana will continue, so that we will have said in history that we did not disappoint. Your Excellency, once again, my colleagues from the National Election Security Task Force want to assure the generality of Ghanaians that they should relax, and I mean relax, and be a Ghanaian and a full Ghanaian and be proud of yourself. That this one, it will be better than all the elections that has passed, if only you help us to play our role as we are doing, and also do yours.